I'm finna crash out. Can't get rid of me, that's what they really mad about.
All right, and we are back. Another episode of the Crash Out, the sitcom.
What up?
I'm your host, Teofile.
This your boy A Omega with the funky dope flavor there. You know what I'm saying? We coming through, about to crash out on all of you. And we're just gonna bring up some interesting topics there. You know what I mean? As always, there we like to come through.
We got a crazy show tonight,
Man, we got some stuff to come through there. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the bizarre of New Mexico. Not to mention keeping you up on current events. I mean, most of y'all already heard, but we got some some stuff to tell y'all. So
yeah, we got a lot of devastating things to go over. We got a lot of interesting things to go over. But first, how was your week, A Omega? You know,
Man,
we dropped Blunt Kings episode 10.
Lovely.
Monday.
That one was lovely there. I want to tell y'all. That one was good. You know what I mean? We're going to keep them coming.
I like that we're caught up with everything, and now we can keep everything like super current. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, definitely.
Like now everything is following us in the month of September, and so forth and so on. But
all that goodness.
I'm ready. Are you ready to crash out, AO?
Let's do this. You already know.
All right. This episode is brought to you in part by cookies.
Oh man, what we smoking on?
We got that bat shit tonight.
Oh, yep. We're gonna do a little review on this one there. You know, in between. Had to stop off and pick up and get some medicine. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know me, keeps me grounded. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me cool, calm, collected. All of the above there for sure. Yo, man, let me borrow your torch, playa. So that way I can smoke this and I'll say I'll see you later.
So we're gonna start the show up tonight. This one's really interesting. This topic is banned in America.
Why?
I don't even know if we're even supposed to be talking about it, but we're gonna talk about it anyway.
We're gonna do it.
It's called Root Cause. It's a documentary about the dental industry and how they're tied in with big pharma in bed, if you will, is what people are saying. They're basically saying that when people go in for root canals, that the dental industry is, I guess, taught to make it to where we end up having health problems through the dental procedure of getting a root canal. They're finding like 32 different types of parasites inside people's jaws.
What?
Yeah. Like,
weird. 32 different types there? Do we even have that much in our colon?
No, like
do we have that many in our stomach, in our abdomen? Like it's
gonna be like
that's absurd.
I think they're gonna find out that it's like the root cause of a lot of things. You know what I mean? Root cause, and I think the pun is intended on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild there for sure. I would definitely say.
You sent me the reel.
I would say there for sure. I mean, well, the other thing is there too. I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. It's like being in the conspiracy thing, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it on that tip there. It's all the insurance scam, folks. It's all to get you to replace your teeth, and there's nothing wrong with it there. They just want to take your money at the end of the fucking
They're
day.
saying that the mercury and the fluoride is the cause for all of this sickness that occurs in the body after you get a root canal.
Right. Okay. So trip out on this there. Fact being. If you go to any of your tap water in your local city there, they pump it with fluoride. Just saying, better off with the well. Better off with the well. You know what I mean? To stay well, you're better off with the well. You know, at the end of the day, you
have well water, right?
The city will pump fluoride into that there. Of course. Yeah, man. I mean, the deeper you go, the cleaner it is.
No,
you know,
that water is good.
Straight up there, every day, all day. You know, but yeah, that's some craziness, and I believe that with the root cause for some of that there. You know what I mean? Also there too. I mean, let's keep it real there. We all got junk food mouth. Everybody loves junk food.
Yeah,
don't matter old, young. You know, you be a grandma. You could be the middle-aged 40-year-old man.
What if that's even a lie, though? Like, what if they're saying, like, oh, don't eat junk food, you're going to get cavities, and then they want you, you know, maybe they want us to eat all this junk and end up with the cavities, so we end up going to get root canals so they can put more sicknesses into the body. Like, that's what they're basically saying on how Big Pharma is tied into this.
Oh, yeah, we'll hook you up there. You know what I mean?
The documentary got pulled from all streaming platforms.
Crazy, quick,
people are
really
saying
fast,
it's
really
censorship. Quick. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
misleading health info is what they're calling it, but I really don't think it is. I think the powers that be always the one percenters, which are a lot of doctors, the dentists, people that create laws.
You're not going to slander a multi-billion-dollar company without feeling some kind of repercussions there.
Yeah, so root cause. If you guys get a chance to see it, find it, whatever you guys
have somebody import that shit from out of if you can, for real.
All right, this just happened today. We record the podcast on Wednesdays. They come out on Friday, right, for CRASHOUT the sitcom. Today is Wednesday, around 12:10, 12:20 in the afternoon. Tragedy struck Utah, right? Charlie Kirk, let's stop and talk about Charlie Kirk for a second. He
made me choke up, man.
Yeah, he's a well-known advocate for the truth, has nothing to do with him targeting anybody. It's just he likes to have these uncomfortable conversations around campuses, so that way, in his words, the people that think the same way can come out of the woodwork, and we could have discussions and come to some sort of an agreement.
Yeah, proper dialogue.
So that way, there's not like a civil war going on in 2025, right? And as he was giving a seminar, in the public, he was tragically shot in the throat and instantly killed. Very tragic, very sad. We see this happen time and time again with not only the truth tellers, but the people that don't really want to give their life to this evil industry in which a lot of people are in. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Corrupt for the other person's agenda.
Right.
Fall in line there. I'm going to pay you this one. I mean, they're still in the mentality that everybody can be bought. Unfortunately, they're...
And then the ones that can't, they end up, silencing. Cloning them.
And we're gonna talk about something on that a little later on with silencing. You know what I mean? We got some stuff to talk about. Major people there that aren't involved with that.
Yeah, he was on this thing called the America Comeback Tour. Rest in peace, man.
Just that's
rest
so
in peace,
sad.
Charlie Kirk, man. All right. Moment of silence for sure. All right, moving along. You want to read this next one? You said her name a little bit better than I did, so that's why I kind of want to pass this one off to you, if that's cool.
Fucking put me on the spotlight there. Get ready.
August
there.
22nd.
Yep, there. Iryna Zarutska there. Train stabbing, man. You know what I mean? This is that one there, folks. If you guys have seen this there. The shocking murder caught on camera that raises more questions than answers there. You know what I mean? This poor, she was from Slovenia? Or I believe
Ukraine.
She was from Ukraine there. She was fleeing the war, been over here for a couple of years now, and just trying to get back some sense of normalcy. And try to, live life comfortably without having to deal with bombs or wars and gunshots and
so she
fighting
moved,
and looting.
She moved to North Carolina, right? She's riding the train.
Carolina is such a nice place. From what I heard, a lot of people out there, really nice. Met some guy the other day. Yeah, I'm going to go to a wedding in North Carolina. My daughter's getting married.
And then a senseless attacker, DeCarlos Brown, stands up and just stabs her right in the chest. For no apparent reason, honestly. This is, I don't know, linked to mental health issues. He's been arrested multiple times. I don't know. I think the world needs to really step in, look at this, and we really need better mental health programs for a lot of these people that are on the streets and just wandering around with violence in their mind.
Intent. With intent, violent intent.
Yeah, and they have conduct disorder. You know what I mean? Like, meaning that they do these things and they don't even feel bad for it. They don't even feel anything. It's just like a spontaneous combustion, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not explosive. It's implosive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the bottling up of certain things there, and all of a sudden you just happen to be the last person that cascaded onto,
Right.
you know, with whatever the encounter may have been. But yeah, that was uncalled for, you know, poor thing, rest in peace again. Just a really, really sad time, you know, and you can't even come from another place and really try to create a better life without, you know, still having to live in that fear of being always on edge. And that's sad. We need to change that narrative, folks.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I totally agree.
At the end of the day, and so I'm like, yo, fuck that guy. They're gonna get you. You're gonna arrest. You know what I mean?
They arrested him at the next stop.
You're gonna be judged and you're gonna be held accountable there. So you know, get ready to do an iron bid. And I probably don't see any kind of an appeal.
Trump is pushing for a fast trial. The death penalty is in the.
Oh, it's already in that works for that.
Is in the talks. Yeah, I don't know if it's official or not, but it needs to be done. You know, eye for an eye, life for a life is kind of how we have to start taking this thing. Like if
it's so crazy,
if people are going to be out here taking lives of people, then we need to start setting that example. That is
how our nation is changing,
uncalled for. Yeah,
it's crazy. There, our mind, our point of views, there, our morals, our beliefs, there. Everything's at war right now, folks. You know what I mean? So you got to find out who you are. And just stay in your lane.
Yeah.
You know, stay in your lane. Stand up for yours there. Be proud. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you do every day on a day-to-day. Proud that you provide for your family. But yeah, that's just sad. Somebody can't come from anywhere else without getting harmed. At the end of the day. You know, rest in peace there.
Yeah, moving along. More crazy conspiracies.
Some more for y'all.
Big Pharma. Weight loss gold rush.
Ooh.
Ozempic. You've heard of Ozempic, right?
Always been there.
I've seen a few people do this Ozempic thing, right? And they look.
You actually seen them, like, you know, somebody
like the transformation is what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
Like where they looked really good, like as like a thicker woman, right? I've seen it in women. Women are the ones that are mainly doing the Ozempic thing, right?
Okay.
Really, really good looking women. Their bodies are perfectly fine. And then they take this Ozempic and then they all get the same body shape where they're just like really thin, big old head. It just doesn't look appealing to me. I know, you know, to each his own on what women prefer, you know, if they have, body dysmorphia or whatever. Yeah, do your thing. But from the outside looking in, it doesn't look healthy to me. And I think there's going to be major consequences that are coming from this Ozempic rush. What do you think?
Health, you know. It's hard for us.
Right.
As males, we really don't do that too much, you know. Very, very rarely will we get a butt lift. Very rarely will we get, Botox.
Right.
Very rarely will we get, abdomen work going on. You know, it's just not in our vernacular. I mean, it's not part of our things that we do there. What we do how to do that there is we just hit the gym.
Right. And it's not unheard of.
No.
For men to have body
dysmorphia.
I
mean, maybe a nose job there, ear reduction.
But what you're trying to say, AO, is that men usually just end up going to the gym to fix this problem, correct?
Correct there. I mean, we really don't go out of country to go and get anything unless it's maybe some regrowth of hair. You know, I know some people that have that little issue there or teeth there, but I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's
right.
not like a big issue. I mean, we have tias and tios that go, across the border, go and do that. You know, it's a little easier to get that done. It's pretty pricey here in the States with that,
So, Ozempic, it's making you thin, but at what cost?
It's thin. Yeah. Oh, well, it's your bone density.
Yeah.
It's your bone density there. You know what I mean? By the time you hit 60 there, you've already lost 20, 30% there. You're going to be brittle. And that's sad because they told you can get skinny real quick there, but your bones did too. Yeah. Kind of wild.
All right, moving along. AI in the courtrooms.
Ooh, okay.
Some states are testing AI to read cases and suggest the sentences. Will judges be replaced next?
Damn.
So this AI stuff is really it's
too much.
It's helpful in ways, you know.
Certain things, yes.
I use it to, instead of going on Google and searching every single album that was released on a month that we're looking for Blunt Kings.
Yes.
I will go into ChatGPT and say, "Can you please just do that for me? Can you just give me the list?" And,
or every once in a while,
you know what I mean. But like,
yeah.
but and then like for certain conspiracies that I want to get the full details on, you know what I mean. We type in, what happened to, what happened to Charlie Kirk, for example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's
going to give us
it'll search the internet. It'll do all the work for us, the research, and then it spews it out. Sometimes it's incorrect. Sometimes it's correct. You know what I mean? I did notice a couple of times when we did the Blunt Kings episodes, it gave us a couple of album drops that weren't in the month that we were talking about. I think it happened September. I think, in the September episode, it gave us like a Drake and a Kendrick album drop in March for some reason. You know what I mean? So sometimes it does have a little brain fart, if you will, or a little AI fart, if you will. But it's useful in certain tactics, but it's not useful for every single fucking thing, guys. Come on.
At all.
We really need judges to be judges. You know, we can't put the fate in somebody's hand over oh, hey, computer, can you search
his history there? Guilty.
Every relatable case to this and give him a sentence.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. He has 12 DWIs. Guilty.
Yeah, we got
indicted.
Indicted. I fucking keep forgetting to put that fucking. I'm gonna put that sound in after we record this episode. I gotta put that fucker in there. But yeah, you are watching the Crash Out
all day.
Crash Out.
Singing. Oh, speaking of,
we're on episode 10. Speaking of,
I got some
Diddy in Hollywood. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the Hollywood's silent stars.
Read it.
All right, there, man, for sure. So actors and rappers that went missing from the spotlight chose peace or silence.
So this is interesting, right? Like
we've been talking about this for a long time, me and you.
And even Young Thug, right? He just came out recently, and he's doing a press run, and he's on a couple podcasts talking about the whole YSL situation and YSL Woody.
He's venting and doing his thing.
Giving his point of view on how things should be viewed as far as real street shit and how things are portrayed in the music world to the fans, right? He doesn't look like Young Thug, honestly. That honestly don't look like Young Thug to me, honestly. I honestly think that's it's either a clone or like this is suggesting that they're using AI again. You know what I mean, to put these stars or they're using what is it, like digital enhancement stuff to.
I got some shit to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Young Thug is sexy red.
I've been thinking that, dog.
Red.
Yeah,
and get the fuck out of here, there.
And then the new Young Thug is just someone that
wake up, kids.
That they're like, hey, do you want to be Young Thug? And they're like, oh yeah, dude, I can play Young Thug all day.
Man, did you see that? Did you see that little dress she had on over there at the VMAs and shit?
I try not to look at Sexy Red because I do think that is.
There,
I do think that's
some,
Young Thug, and I think that's hilarious.
It was just craziness there like that, and I was like, bro, she had a little dress on with like some little where nips was supposed to be there. There was little horns coming out, like little devil horns. She was wearing a red dress. Right, sexy.
Oh
red.
yeah, they already got her.
But with the devil thing,
she's already, like, man,
she's already
an industry
it out there.
puppet for sure.
Oh yeah, and she clicked in right away though.
Well, that's how it happens.
That's a crazy.
Remember, we're talking about the industry plants and how easy it is for them to get in. They get let in instantly.
They integrate and they tap into the cerebral, and y'all be mesmerized by that shit. Even hypnotized.
I'm so glad that you said that. Yeah.
Come on now, baby.
Sexy Red is definitely Young Thug for sure.
Check out that conspiracy. Dun, dun.
All right, moving along.
Okay.
Digital organ market. So they're saying that there's a online market for organs, if you will. Dark web conspiracy states.
Yeah.
People are buying organs with Bitcoin,
What the fuck?
going into secret sites and getting whatever they want for however much it is.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna break it down and tell you why that's applicable right now. Is because the fact that you cannot, there's no paper trail with Bitcoin like that. You know what I mean?
Or organs.
It's all digital. It's all digital there. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, your son needs a new eyeball. Your son needs a new kidney there. You know, a new appendage. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's on the realness there. You think all these movies is just made just to not let you open your mind there. You know what I'm saying? Back from, not a Pixar shit. We're talking further back than that, folks. So, it is a crazy world there. It's not unfathomable. I do believe that it is happening there because there's no, traceability on that one. You can't trace that shit there. You know what I mean?
And then it would also be easy, like you said, like there's no paper trail on what again?
On cash transactions,
right? On the Bitcoin,
it's all digital.
But
there.
then how do we know?
But then the Bitcoin is traded on a daily,
right?
So it's laundered again.
But then
unless you pull out money from it,
the trail of the organs though could also be erased through hacking, right? So they can get rid of the paper trail on the organs.
Yeah, Brazil with straight up
Bitcoin, because they're stealing the organs from hospitals. You know what I mean? And then they're selling them in the black market.
Yeah, kidney, all that there. Even out here, right? Dialysis person, you're on the list there, but yeah, might take 2 to 4 to 5 years, depending if you have a donor and you have a match. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at that actress that just died, right?
Which one?
Michelle Glachtenberg, right? Remember? She was Harriet the Spy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember? She had a procedure done where she had a kidney there. Unfortunately, the body rejected it.
And that's how she passed away?
That's how she passed away.
Damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, come on now. If you don't have to wait on the list there, money talks. We all know that, folks.
Well, then it ties into our next topic, too, Project Lazarus. It's saying that the elites, it's a conspiracy that the elites are putting their consciousness into a younger body so they could live longer, think longer, be here longer.
Well, I mean, who, especially with the people with money there, why wouldn't they not want to be there longer?
Well, they got blood boys, right? Or blood girls, where they could have somebody that matches their blood type, and they could sit with them for a couple hours, like a dialysis, like an at-home dialysis, but it's like an at-home blood transfusion.
Totally, it's a blood transfusion there. On
keeps them younger, keeps them more energetic.
Correct.
They say that the elites are the only people that are able to do stuff like this because of how much it costs. Project Lazarus.
Fucking crazy.
Imagine putting your consciousness. Imagine putting your 40-year-old consciousness into an 18-year-old specimen, right? And being like, "I'll pay you however much money to let me put my consciousness in you."
You're a parasite.
Exactly. And then you put your consciousness into the person that you said you're gonna pay him, and then you don't even have to pay him at that point because you're already the parasite that's inside the body. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like. It's just a weird ass motherfucking concept, and
I don't think that'll work there because that only comes from creation. You know what I mean? Not on that digital level, but from actual creations of protons and neutrons, and certain matters. Spirit there. You know what I mean? When you're in the womb, at some point you look at yourself, or and you'd be like, "Hey, this is my hand." This is my leg. That's consciousness.
Remember that movie Lawnmower Man?
Yeah.
It was like an old Stephen King movie, right? Yeah. Remember where the guy he
went digital.
Digitally put himself into somebody else's body.
That one there. Yes.
And was able to control it, but then
the Lawnmower Man
took over.
Was Job.
Yeah, Job took over. Remember, Job took over. Was trying to kill everybody, killed a few people
through the electronics.
Yeah.
Through the electronics there.
That was a crazy movie. We got to watch that.
That one was pretty heavy there, folks, for sure. Go check out on that one there for sure. Trip up on that one.
Moving along. Shadow cloud theory. The claim that the internet that we all use is just a surface simulation.
Yep.
Say it for me.
It's just the surface simulation behind
I can't
it.
say S's or F's.
Governments
It pisses
and
me off
private
so much.
AI labs maintain a second hidden internet called the Shadow Cloud.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I mean, we've all been, the ones that know about it already, they're already using it, man. It's the dark web.
It's like a hidden layer in the
Yeah, well,
internet.
it's the dark web. It's the in-between space between those two.
And they say it runs 10 to 20 seconds ahead of time.
Quick.
So that way it predicts trends, things that go viral. What else?
Stuff that's going to keep up their margin.
Yeah.
It's going to keep up those profits. It's going to keep it up there.
It tracks every keystroke. This is kind of like why we wonder when we say something around our phone and then we go on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, YouTube, and the thing that we were just talking about pops up in the ads like every 3 videos.
Let's say, hey man, I wanted some. It's Tuesday. Let's get some food or tacos or I'm thinking of a burger, and then we should like
all the burger places start
patty
popping
melt
up. All the taco
or-
places start popping
like
up.
weird.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
fat kids. Yeah, I mean we smoke, but
Believers say that this is why ads seem psychic and why viral content blows up instantly. Some creators blow up overnight. Their profiles are preloaded in the shadow cloud. The creepiest part, some whistleblowers say you can't even tell if somebody online is real or just a shadow sim, an AI copy of a human being that already exists, but in the hidden layer of the internet. That's deep as fuck. That's Kendrick Lamar deep, bro.
Yeah, that one I would definitely say that there's people that are still doing that with the influence, and that they're tied in so bad they have to do quadruple time. They ain't doing overtime or double time. They're doing quadruple time.
Well, what's even crazy is that the AI makes them go viral, and then it's up to them to keep the virality going after that.
Yeah, you have to keep running. Yeah, you wanted to pick up on the pace there. You got to run with it. The speed that the wheel's turning at.
Right.
And that's the machine. You're working for the machine at that point.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, just putting it out there, folks. I mean, we can get a little philosophical. We can get a little heavy here, there. But, that's some fucked up shit there. And I got to say, James Cameron there. Terminator 2. Terminator 1.
I was wondering.
He was right. He told us, y'all motherfuckers are going to be working with, they're going to take over, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just put it out there like that. Oh, yeah, it was just a stupid movie. Hey, man, there's some relevance to it now, huh? Trip out. You know what I mean? So everybody take heed. You know what I mean? Watch out when they come for yo dog. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you don't like that.
All right, we're going to take a short break. Thank you for watching Crash Out the Sitcom. I'm your host, Teal Vile.
It's your boy Omega there. We'll be right back.
Peace.
Crash out, crash out, crash out!
We are back. Episode 10, Crash Out the Sitcom. I'm your host, Teal Vile.
This your boy Omega there, and welcome back. Thank you all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
appreciate viewers like you. You know what I mean, for tuning in and interacting with us there. You know what I'm saying? We really do appreciate that. There at the end of the day, you know what I mean. Again, share, like, subscribe. Comment.
We're just a couple guys from New Mexico. We like conspiracy theories.
We're crashing out.
We like talking shit about the industry.
We do.
We do this for y'all. We're carrying on the message. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
Man, again, it's a sad one.
What's good, Omega?
Yo, what's good? So right now we're coming back to the segment that we call the good, the bad, the ugly, the bizarre, and all of that in New Mexico.
I really like this segment. A lot of people really do like the reels. They're really interested in what we have to say about what we dig up every week on the Crash Out. You know what I mean?
We are interesting here in this state. You know what I mean? New Mexico itself there, you know what I mean? We got a vast amount of open space there, you know what I mean? As far as, above the sky, and also there just, in the state in general there, you know what I mean? We're not heavily populated with a lot of people there, you know what I mean? We do have our little towns there, but in between each little town there, you know what I mean? We got a lot of stuff going on there for sure. So, we like to captivate a little bit on, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the bizarre of what's going on in each little county or each little corner of New Mexico.
Before we jump into it, Ayo, one thing that is good, just at the back of my mind, just thought about this is like the communication and the slang that we have down here with one another when we, we talk shit, caria, right? For example, or when we say, "Hey, did you go see that new movie or no?" Or
what?
Or what? Did you see that girl down the street or what?
Or what?
There's just a bunch of funny little things that we say here in New Mexico that only us New Mexicans would understand. And when people come from out of state, I guarantee, and I know this for a fact, they notice it right away, and they talk shit about it, and they give us caria back, and it's really fun to see. You know what I mean?
Give us shit there for sure. You know what I mean? But with that being said, each town has its own little dialect. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Every town has its own much, and what much is it's we all use the same word, but we pronunciate it in a different way.
You want a Coke?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want Coca?
You want a Coke?
You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean? There's certain examples there for sure that we can bring up there. You know what I mean? Central to northern to the southern part of it there. We all have our own little dialect.
Well, we call everything a Coke, right? And then I remember when I lived in Colorado, they would call everything pop. Like it would be whether it was a Coca-Cola or a Dr. Pepper or a Sprite. Everything was a pop. Do you remember that, Breath? When our cousins would call that shit pop all the time, like Daryl and them, they'd be like, "Oh, can you get me a pop?" And I'm like, "Dude, they're Cokes," because we're in New Mexico, dog. Like, get it right.
Get a Coke?
Yeah.
You want a Coke?
All right. The good of New Mexico, Spaceport America. Ooh. New Mexico is the home of Virgin Galactica, which is a space launch site. Locals are calling it the gateway to the stars. What do you think about that, Ayo?
That's one thing about us there is we've had a lot of success there with, really trying to captivate ourselves onto the top of that pinnacle of getting out there in the space exploration part. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I know that there's another site, I think in Texas there, where one of the other competitors for the Virgin Galactic Space, launch site there. Not to mention there's just everybody. Elon Musk is involved in that there. You know what I mean? Those
we got a Tesla
the group of the females there, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like Katy Perry and all those other females there. They went out and did that there. Supposedly, but you know what I mean. With this there, at least this is still pushing the limits there. You know what I mean? We still got to have some hope. We got to have some optimism there. And we got to be just optimistic there that we are going to do some good. And you know what I mean?
Well, anything that brings attention and money to New Mexico, that's good enough for us, right?
Well, I mean, we still need jobs. We still need this. We still need that there.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
what I mean.
And at the end of the day there, if it creates revenue and it creates new jobs there, I mean, that's a good thing there because you can find good employees there. They just need, a good pay and good guidance.
Incentive.
Yeah, exactly there. Remember, hard employees work hard when they're happy. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. No, that's true. You know what I mean? And when everyone's doing their due diligence, of course. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's bad about New Mexico this week, Ayo?
Man, oh man. Okay, so getting right into it there.
Or forever.
Right on.
Historically.
Right high crime rates in Albuquerque keep hitting news headlines.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? The rising car thefts and drug cases there. The drug cases out here is just redunculous there. It's just
there's a lot
it's
of
out
people,
of control.
A lot
there,
of fucked up people on fentanyl. People talking to themselves.
Cousins, aunties, friends, little nephew. You know what I mean? 14-year-old cases.
Yeah.
17-year-old cases, high school cases. 23-year-old single parent cases.
Yep.
And everything all the way up in between your incarcerated uncle and your auntie.
It's like some of these stories that we hear in New Mexico, like they still shock us. You know what I mean? Like, some places you go and you're like, oh, why am I not surprised that this happened? Like we get things down here where like, God, we didn't even know that could happen. You know what I mean? And then it happens down here in fucking New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's crazy there. And again, a lot of these car thefts. Again, we were number one in the nation probably like 8 years back.
Oh yeah,
I remember they were stealing all that stuff and they were taking it down south.
Yeah,
across the border.
My son got his truck stolen. We got it back. Like it's a mess.
So they're back again. They're now with everything on the rise with like the Kia boys and the Hyundai boys. You know, knowing how to jack in with certain common household items.
What were they using?
Oh, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not trying to influence anybody. No.
I never even really. I heard about the Honda boys and the
dog.
What was the other one?
It's the Kia boys.
Oh, the Kia boys.
The Kia boys. That was like the ATLs that they jacked the little Kias and they just jerked the wheel erratically like the folks in like Kuwait. And, you know, Saudi Arabia, where they get like the Toyota Camrys and they're right in the middle of the road and they're like just doing 120 miles an hour, just yanking that e-brake.
And they got it to work, huh? Just by jerking the wheel?
Well, no. Those cats there, you know what I mean? That's the style that the Kia boys do. That's what they're known for. Like they're famous online stuff there. Okay. But I'm talking about what they use to do there is, I mean, we have them in our cars. We have them on the walls. We have them at work. They're everywhere. They're the USBs, man.
Oh, they're using
They pop in the USBs right into the ignition, cuz.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's right. And then they just push start. Boom, boom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hook it up, right? USB to USB, pop it in, right? Because of the charge, right? With the car.
The power,
pop that in real quick there, and then it'll register it there.
Oh,
pop
that's
it in
crazy.
the USB. Boom, dude. Yo.
Okay.
Them little cats got some ninja-nuity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That was crazy, whoever came up with that one there. That was wild. But yeah, Albuquerque's still on the rise with that, and then just, you know what I mean, again, the craziness with the cars, and you know what I mean, it doesn't matter what it is now. They're getting in with the fobs too. They're finding a way how to do it electronically with some wand type of a mechanism there, and they'll catch the frequency from inside your house there because they'll pick it up with an extender and it'll unlock it there. Well, that's how they get them chargers and them Hellcats and all of that. So yeah, y'all better stay up there, man. Go back to a 1996 Honda Civic. They gonna steal that shit.
Right.
They gonna steal that.
All right, moving along.
That's bad.
The Ugly of New Mexico, the Deming Cave abuse horror. Apparently, there's a family in Deming. They were abusing their 7 children. They're living in a cave. A 16-year-old sister came forward to police and said that she was not only being repeatedly assaulted, but she was forced into doing incestuous activities with family members as well. This is just another one of those cases, like I was just saying, like we hear these things and we're like
horrified.
We can't even say, "Oh, I'm not surprised." You know what I mean? But like, I mean, I guess at this point, with all the horrific things that have gone on in New Mexico, we're almost at that point of saying that, I guess. I don't know, but we still get surprised every single time we hear something horrific like this because it's just so outlandish, you know, unbelievable, horrific, disgusting, what some of these people are willing to put their kids through, their own siblings through. Go ahead.
No, just in general, I mean, your family, the ones you're supposed to love, the ones you're supposed to nurture, the ones you're supposed to take care of there, the ones you're supposed to look out for, the ones you're supposed to influence there, and you're doing this. Come on now. There's something that has to be more involved with that, whether there was, these family members there, per se, talking about right now, the mother and the father, they must have been doing something there. They must have been on drugs, or they must have been out of their right mind there.
Or both.
That also there. And then maybe them even decide assaulting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those are all big factors.
Mixture of everything, yeah.
And I mean, again, too, we come from a place there where a lot of resources are getting to, a hospital, or calling the cops, or trying to find a way to say, hey, you know what, this is happening. It might take you a couple days to say that. It might take you to the time where you have to go back to school. This happened on a Friday and I have to wait till Monday morning. And that's a sad narrative. It's very, very sad.
Yeah, no no one in the world, much less New Mexico, should ever have to go through this or deserve this. Yeah, definitely.
I hope that these folks there, get
the help they need.
Get the help they need, and these children there find some resolution. With that being said, for sure, because that's just wrong.
Like with these stories, sometimes it may be the best option is to let your kids go into protective custody and let you do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, or let them go with the more caring and stable family member or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But to drag them along on your drug-induced, poor me, oh my God, we're never going to get anything type mentality is not good for the kids.
No, you're just also destroying their life.
Yeah.
They won't know how to grow up, knowing how to deal with their emotions because of the turmoil that they grew up in.
Yeah.
Well, we got to stop that again also. Right. It's fucked up.
Let's move on to the Bizarre of New Mexico. Go ahead, Abe.
Okay, the Bizarre there. This is some interesting facts as well there. 1945, the Trinity nuclear test site. Radiation fallout spreads across New Mexico, still linked to health issues generations later.
So they tested like the nuclear bomb. They tested what else here?
Multiple stuff there, but specifically there, you know what I mean? The atom bomb there for sure. Oppenheimer, Los Alamos there. That's what we are known for.
And us as New Mexicans are still feeling the effects of radiation 80 years later.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Well, for those folks down there in the southern part of the state there, I wouldn't put it past them. Why I say that is because they have to pull their water from someplace, right? And where does the water come from? From the ground.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
And with that happening, and with that being said, you are still getting the radiation and, that couldn't filter out through the groundwater. And that's why they're still getting sick because
it's still there.
And the family generation house has been there. It's been the same well. It's been on the same plot, same land, right? 50, 60 years.
Yeah, the land didn't go nowhere.
No. The radiation just went down through the land into the water there. And that's why I think these generations of kids are getting sick and, having similar symptoms as their grandparents or dying at a younger age, you know what I mean, than some of their other family members.
Imagine if all these family members came together and they did a
class action
lawsuit against New Mexico for the testing of the radiation.
Yo, that would have to go federal, son. That would be a lot.
Supreme Court that shit.
Bad. Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, yeah. What happened in that movie? It was the water, right?
Yeah, it was the water. The same thing there for sure. But like us here, we didn't have that power plant there messing with the water or tapping into that there. No, because why? We had the bombs that were already dropped.
Right.
So that shit was already there.
We were just the testing ground because we were so flat, right? And had so
that,
much
and we didn't. There was vast open space.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of people around. For many miles. However, they calculated their fallout to be, or their existential testing, or whatever the case may have been. I'm not too sure, but right. Yeah, that was pretty heavy shit there. So hopefully these folks get some answers.
And then it brings us to something that's happening this week. So we record these segments on Wednesday. 9/11 is tomorrow.
Correct.
But the episode comes out 9/12 on Friday, right? So 9/11, coincidence or not, the Kirkland Air Force Base is going to be testing a lot of bombs, blasts, lasers, tasers, and all kinds of azes.
Like us, man, all sorts of blazers. I'm wearing one now.
Causing huge blasting noises and big old sounds throughout the day. So don't be alarmed. I don't know whether to say it's happening tomorrow or happened yesterday because you guys are going to be watching this on Friday. So
I wouldn't be surprised there for sure if you hear something that sounds like a big ass storage container there, like somebody dropped off the, you know what I mean? When the trash man comes through and just wakes you up, and you know what I mean, you're in the duplex, and you know what I mean, yeah, you're doing your thing. But when you hear that shit drop off from like 4 stories up, that's kind of like the way that shit sounded. I'm gonna tell y'all, you're gonna hear one and it's gonna be like, what the hell? But y'all stay tuned there for sure. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. It's your boy A Omega with the Funkable Flavor, the host right here.
And it's your boy T.O. Wow.
We always getting it in there for sure. Again, you tuning into the Crash Out. Until next time, our people, stay up, be well.
Crash out, crash out, crash out!
This is a good episode. Once again, we want to say rest in peace and a huge shout out to Charlie Kirk. May your family find peace in the situation. Our condolences from both of us, all of us here at Crash Out the Sitcom, Strain Damage Studios. We're going to keep carrying on the message of truth. Your shoes are too big to fill, but we are definitely going to stay on that path of bringing people what they need to hear and not what they want to hear.
Truth.
Yeah, we are the truth finders, and we will always speak the truth here at Crash Out the Sitcom. Have a great night.